It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be Chicago going up against Albuquerque. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So with Wade on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. Yao is out there with Garnett. Then there's Jason Tatum. Then there's Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 1. And for Albuquerque, Tracy McGrady is out there with Castle. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then it's McKee, and it's Jop in at the 5 down low. Here's Castle. The Bulls getting the bucket.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Tatum against McKee. Fires from the line. Up again. And Garnett able to finish. Garnett's got his second basket.
And the arms of Garnett go on forever. And that length makes him a problem on the offensive glass.
There's the pass to McKee. And he dunks it down.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Pass to Yao. Over Jump. Yao, that's good.
This is why they get Yao the ball inside. He's basically unguardable this close to the rim.
Here's Castle, guarded by Jordan.
Oh, Kevin. Not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. To the inside, and Garnett with the slam.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
Here's Castle. He's defended by Jordan.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
Here's Yao. Misses from close range. And Albuquerque with the possession. Here's Jop. Pass to Castle. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Oh, and this is some serious showmanship. Loving that tomahawk right there.
Greg, he came with force, and that's not just about getting 2 points. That was sending, I think, a message. Yep, that one goes in there.
Love the selflessness. Tatum willing to give it up whenever he sees an open teammate.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Gafford passes the jump, and he goes in for the dunk.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
And Stephon Castle is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. All new players now for Albuquerque. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for the Bulls. Right side Tatum. The rebound by Keita.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Keita. 5 on the clock. Albuquerque needs to get a shot off, and Hayes throws it down.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound by Albuquerque.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Simmons against Abdul-Jabbar. Simmons passes to Sealy, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Abdul-Jabbar, great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Black. He's defended by Jordan.
Ooh. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Albuquerque leading by 6. Here's Queta, still scoreless. Pass to Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And no issues getting up for Simmons. An emphatic 2 points from the Australian.
And here's Tatum for 3. The putback, and Garnett able to finish.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Here's Black. Down low, here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Albuquerque out in front. They're up by 8. And we'll get things. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Albuquerque.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Well, in the early goings, the mid-range shot has also been working well for them. They've been racking up some points off of those jumpers, and those are probably being invited.
Daniel Gafford is out there with Sagana Diop. Then it's Castle. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's McKee in at the 3. So with Jordan on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Robertson. Durant is out there with Banchero. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Wade in at the shooting guard. KD can't get it to go. Albuquerque leading by 8. Here's Diop. Feeds to McGrady. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Robertson's shot is good.
And his presence. As a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Here's Castle. McKee, and that one is stuffed right through.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Here's Jop, guarded by Chamberlain. Jop passes to McGrady. Oh!
No doubt.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Here's Chamberlain. He dishes it to Wade. And Jop with the block. And now the first timeout called here for Albuquerque.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
So both teams making some changes here. Albuquerque leading by 11. Here's Black. Scoreless thus far. To the middle. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Well, that just scrambled the defense all kinds of ways with that great initial pass.
The pass to Yao. That's in, coming off the assist from Robertson. 6 points for Yao.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Here's Black, covered by Robertson. Pass to Hayes. To the paint, here's Queta. Powered down with both hands.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Robertson outside. And it's off from three-point range. And Albuquerque with the possession. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Inside, here's Seeley. And that one drops. Seeley's got 8.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the boards from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Garnett, he's checked in for Olajuwon. Jason Tatum comes in for Banchero. Irving's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And Michael Jordan subbed in for Robertson. Garnett against Cartwright. The dish to McGrady. Cartwright up top, defended by Garnett. Cartwright the pass to McKee. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Throws it up high.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
Cartwright against Garnett. Cartwright the pass to Jop. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Tries it from 9. And Jop with the block. Kicks it out to Garnett. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Garnett's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throws of this game. And he sinks. The second. And so it's Albuquerque, 13.
With a score, your home team, 43. The away team, 30.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been a clinic from Kevin Garnett.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
They've got Jarvis Hayes. He's out there with Simmons. And it's Black in at the point guard. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
Oh, they matched the slam at one end with an even bigger one at the other.
Ooh, maybe we'll get another one on this trip. Simmons finds Hayes.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
For Albuquerque, they've converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. First one falls for him. Hayes hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Here's Irving. Oh, that's blocked. Here's Black. He has yet to score. Pass to Queta. Back to Black. Passes to Sealy. Just 5 to shoot. Rebound by Yao Ming. Chicago trails by 15. He kicks to Jordan. Now here is Yao. He's guarded closely. And no good that time. Here's Sealy. He's covered by Irving. Sealy passes to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. KG, that's good. Garnett's got 15.
And so far, Garnett has dominated this game, getting to his spots and executing.
Simmons against Garnett. Simmons passes to Black. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque.
Please give a big round of applause for your dance team.
Bulls making a switch here. Chamberlain's checked in. Albuquerque leading by 17. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Boom, he jams it straight down.
You gotta love seeing McGrady when he's hot. An amazing score from any spot on the floor.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Here's Garnett. And Chop with the block. They retain possession. Diversified scoring in this one for them.
I love when everyone can get involved, a full team effort.
Here's Castle, guarded by Jordan. Pass to Castle, and he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Here's Chamberlain. Rebound by Albuquerque. Jop's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the 3rd. Gafford, and Gafford throws it down.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
.107 left in the 3rd quarter, and that one's good. McGrady.
He's got all the shots. McGrady makes the mid-range look easy.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a 4th? I'm not sure.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Garnett. Banchero comes in for Jason Tatum. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Irving. And it's Robertson in for Jordan. Chamberlain's shot is off. Albuquerque leading by 23. Cartwright with it. No scoring in this one. The pass to Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Chamberlain down low. Lays it up off the glass.
But here's the problem. Now, no one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ball, the pass to Queta, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Here's Seeley. And it is... Good at the buzzer. Wow.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. Team.
And so it's Albuquerque rolling along with a 27-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So with Irving on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Abdul-Jabbar. Hardaway is out there with Robertson. And it's Durant, and it's Olajuwon in at the center.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
The feed to Olajuwon, and it's Olajuwon with the jam.
I mean, I hope you can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosiveness. The dream is something to behold.
Here's McGrady, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Hardaway from outside. They get the rebound. Oh, and Olajuwon throws it down.
Such a graceful player. Hakeem is light off the ground there for that rebound, and then the skill to send that one home.
Gafford passes to McGrady, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
2 teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
Pass to Olajuwon. Doesn't go that time. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. To the paint, here's Castle. Howard down after the assist, let him into the lane.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. The steal. Here's Jop. Passes it to Gafford. And it's sent back by KD.
Durant covering a lot of territory with his length.
And Abdul-Jabbar gets it to go.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. McGrady against Robertson. McGrady passes to Jop. Uses both hands to slam it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Hardaway. Here's Olajuwon. And then Olajuwon with the dunk.
That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Paolo Banchero's checked in for the Bulls. Dwayne Wade comes in for Robertson. Here's Chicago. Wade passes to Durant. Here's Olajuwon. And finished off by KD.
Great intensity from KD, not allowing the defense to end the play.
Here's Castle, guarded by Hardaway. Pass to McKee. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Wade kicks to Hardaway. Here's Banchero. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Banchero's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Now a timeout called by Albuquerque. They're ahead by 28. 1:32 left to play here in the fourth. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Tracy McGrady.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
He's played up to his full potential tonight, and he's been playing to the crowd, too. He loves being the star attraction, even if it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Here's Olajuwon. That one goes in. 8 points for Hakeem Olajuwon.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Black the pass to Hayes, and Durant sends it back. Banchero dishes to Hardaway. Olajuwon in the high post. Here's Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
And great attention to detail from Banchero on the play, making sure he's there to get the ball and send it back.
Here's Black, guarded by Hardaway. Black the pass to Sealy. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's KD. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Here's Queta. And so Albuquerque takes the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Well, folks, that's going to do it.